Hello everybody, how are you all doing today? So the date is April the 10th. It's a Tuesday. It's about 12:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. And despite everything going on with myself and the community, we're only going to keep it to Bitcoin. I've lost my account and all that I can really do is hope for the best and start new. So I am going to be depositing funds into a new account and I'll be trading sometime soon, hopefully. So it's important that I get caught up with Bitcoin right now. And despite not trading, it's all right. I want to get caught up with Bitcoin, and I want to just start making some videos again, I suppose. It's really all that I can do. Sometimes the best thing that you can do is just look forward to the future and put the past behind you, right? So let's get into this, guys. Bitcoin has been, I think I started taking a break around here. No, not there. Right around here, like April 27, 28, around 7,600, and then we expected it to drop down pretty low over here. So the death cross has officially happened already, guys. If you guys are not familiar with what the death cross is, actually, did it? No, this is the 100 moving average. My mistake. So the death cross is when the 200 moving average ends up. Let's see if I can get it. Actually, it is the 200. Oh my goodness. It did happen already, guys. My two that I have on here is the 200 moving average and the 55. So whenever the death cross happens, it refers to the 200 moving average overlapping with the 55 moving average. Now these are called, it's called the death cross. Now if it were the other way around, it's called the golden cross. These can signal to the market that an overall shift in momentum is happening. And it can signal to the market whether people sell or whether people buy, okay? As you guys have noticed here, the death cross has happened here on this particular day. Now the bulls, of course, will naturally try to fight off this death cross first. But I do believe they are going to lose. Let's take a look at some examples of a death cross that has happened in the past, all right? So that's one death cross that has happened. Some other analysts, such as DataDash, said that the last time there was a major death cross, it was not really that major at all. Well, let's talk about it seriously, all right? If he's going to make some outrageous claims like that. Not to call anyone out, but yeah, I mean, a lot of the times what can happen is this, okay? A death cross happens where the 200 moving average ends up getting above the 55 moving average, right? And then the bulls try to fight them off, okay? Bulls fight them off, and then a golden crossover ends up happening, right? And the bulls they try their best, they extremely try, but it ends up only going sideways, and there's not enough volume and bullish momentum to end up pushing it back up to the ranges where we want to be. So what ends up happening? Well, the golden cross ends up becoming a major death cross now, right? So yes, there is a chance that we may not end up downtrending like we see right here all the way back in 2015 and 14. There's a chance that we will end up just launching upwards instead, and this golden crossover will happen, and the death cross was very insignificant. So if that does happen, where the bulls do end up taking over, and we end up launching to extremely new highs, great. But if the bulls do not have that type of momentum that we would like them to have, then we're simply going to just cross back down. So think of it like this right now. There's two possible paths, right? One path is that this death cross has already happened, and then it ends up becoming a golden crossover again, where we end up never ever death crossing again, and we just end up propelling to much newer highs. So that's certainly a possibility. Now another possibility is that actually there's three possibilities when you think about it. Now another possibility is that this death cross has already happened, and then the bulls end up golden crossovering again, right? But they end up going sideways just like right here. And then what ends up happening is they lose steam, right? They completely lose steam, and then we end up getting a death crossover again, and then we end up coming down. So that's the second scenario. And the third scenario is the bulls don't even win, okay? And another golden crossover does not even happen, and then we end up basically getting this major death cross that will end up just propelling down, kind of like right here. So once again, the three scenarios are what's already happened now, the death cross, then the bulls end up winning, golden crossover happens, we propel upwards to newer highs. Second scenario is death cross happened already, right? And then we end up getting a golden crossover, and then bulls just cannot keep up the momentum, and a death cross happens again, and then we end up coming down. And the third case scenario is that the bulls cannot even win for a moment. So what ends up happening is we just end up propelling down. So we have to keep these scenarios in mind. If you guys take a look at this specific scenario right here, for how long we have, excuse me for seeming like a bull, sorry, a bear right now, but it's really hard to think that the bulls are really having any steam right now. I have a brand new microphone, by the way, guys. It's a what is it? It's a SteelSeries Arctic 5. It's a very good headphone. And Julianne, I know you're watching this video right now. You should probably end up getting the microphone. Or just give me your P.O. box. I bought actually like 3 of them. Just in case one breaks, just give me like a P.O. box number or like a mail office or something, and I'll send you one. This way we don't have to have real addresses, right? So if we take a look right here, what we've noticed is that the last time a major death cross happened, we ended up losing 70%. 70%, I don't know about you guys, but to me, it's fairly large right now. I just want to go to CoinMarketCap here right now. I keep trying to log into my bitfinex, and I just simply cannot do anything at all, guys. It's quite a sad day right now. So, we look at CoinMarketCap right now, and what we see is this. Overall market cap, guys, is about $264 billion. The last time I was back, or I was around, we were at about $330 billion. And I mentioned we would get roughly to around 275, and yeah, we actually got much lower than that already. What coin is holding strong, guys? I'll tell you what coins are holding strong. EOS, all right? EOS is one of those coins that's definitely doing a lot better than other coins right now. They are consistently between $6 to $7, and I commend them for that. And guess what about Ripple, guys? No surprise, Ripple is pretty much back to where it is, right? It was around, a quarter back then, 50 cents. But we have to keep in mind something about Ripple that I've got to mention to you guys, okay? Now, I'm not a fan of Ripple because of how the nodes are controlled by big banks, right? And we have to remember what Ripple's trying to do. They're trying to disrupt the financial markets right now by offering a means of payment that's much faster and more reliable than your traditional ways, such as through Swell, right? If you guys remember Swell or whatever they're called right now, Cybos. Or sorry, Ripple was Swell, but we're talking about the Swift conference, right? Um, So right now, the main argument with Ripple is that people are not happy with them, right? Because the big banks will be controlling the nodes, which doesn't really make it too decentralized. In fact, it makes it more centralized than anything, but that's what big banks would want. They would want control, right? It's a lot of money we're talking about. And I think that Ripple is slowly disrupting the financial market. And of course, without certainty that they will be one of the coins that's going to do very well down the road. So when you think of all of these potential coins right now, you have to keep in mind, guys, that Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is here to stay. It's not going to be going anywhere. It just happens to be a time of regulation right now, okay? And because it's a time of regulation, we have to understand that governments are starting to step in, and there's going to be much more policies adopted as well. So it could absolutely make cryptocurrency set back for a few months. Who knows? Hopefully not for a few years. But when these policies and regulations are finally in play, when things are regulated, when they prevent ICOs from scamming people, when they prevent the public from being victims of fraud, right? When more policies are in play in general, of course cryptocurrency will have a booming year. And it could be later this year, it could be the second quarter, it could be the third quarter, right? It could be the fourth quarter for all we know. But we have to believe in just cryptocurrency and blockchain technology in general. And if we believe in it, we have to make sure that we stay very bullish for the long term. If you guys are not bullish long term for crypto, you should not be here at all. So what I recommend you guys do is make sure that you keep your mindset in a very bullish state, okay? And realize that right now we have a fire sale, okay? We have a massive fire sale. And there's a lot of long-term investors who are shopping and slowly accumulating right now, guys. So the reason why I brought up Ripple was because you got to remember, guys, that Ripple reached $3.30. I don't hold anything, keep in mind, because I don't have any cryptocurrency to trade right now. I'm just chilling and waiting around for a while. But Ripple at 50 cents when it was originally $3.30. EOS, right? Well over $10. It's now $6. Like, guys, everything is on a fire sale right now. So as soon as I get my cryptocurrency again, and I'm not going to say how much I'm going to be putting into crypto, but I will let you guys know that it's going to be over 7 figures this time, okay? And I'll only keep about 50 to 100,000 to day trade, and the rest I'll buy, and I'll see you guys in 2019. And I don't care about the small swings, because I'm here to get filthy rich, just like how you guys are, right? Well, I'm here to help you guys as well, but of course, one of the things that we want to do is grow our capital, right? We want to learn how to protect, we want to learn how to preserve, and then we want to learn how to grow our capital, and we want to make sure that we are in this game at the right time. And make sure you guys understand that 2018 is the right time to be in cryptocurrency. So stay tuned, guys. Let's get back to Bitcoin, all right? Let's get back to it. So let's go on daily chart only right now. What we see last time with this death cross right here is that it dropped 70% for a period of about 1 year. So right now, guys, we are in this, okay, let's take a look at it. Take a look at it right here, right? Actually, it longer than that. Who am I kidding? It was in it for about 429 days there, right? That's a pretty long time, I have to admit. 429 days. So, and then what happens after a death cross is, of course, a golden cross, right? And when the golden cross happens, that's where you guys want to buy, okay? You want to buy at the golden cross. And after you buy at the golden cross, you simply say to yourself, I'm not going to sell again until a death cross happens. So if you guys bought yourselves Bitcoin at $254, okay, you would not be selling it again. You would not have sold it until the next death cross happened, which would be roughly right now, 8K. This is long-term investor holding strategy, right? Now, I don't know a lot about long-term investor holding strategy, but these golden crossovers are definitely something for us to be watching, right? So the way that I'm seeing this right now is this. I'm simply seeing this as a descending triangle. We're just going to talk about basic supports and resistances. Now, if I were to actually go on the high side like that, okay, and I were to connect some points right here like this, which makes sense, right? I'm connecting this point, I'm connecting this point right here, I'm connecting this one as well. So we look at it from this perspective, okay? We say to ourselves, all right, is this actually possible? One of these two things. By the way, guys, for my chassis intrusion, right? I simply got a new motherboard. It was fine. That's kind of it. Fix it like that. They said I had such a corrupted motherboard and someone did something to it. Somehow, no idea how. It was literally brand new. So I just ended up getting a new motherboard, and now my brand new computer rig is working 100%, guys. And my computer is friggin' awesome. Love it. Can't complain. Can't complain at all. Actually, I should probably make a video to describe to you guys what kind of rig and setup I have. That'll be very nice, huh? Okay, so let's highlight this. Let's highlight this with two different options. This is one option right here that we see, right? Would you guys agree with me? And the second one is right here. Just like that. What do you guys think of that right there, huh? Okay. The reason why we have a triangle inside of a triangle is because, well, there are many different resistance and support points, right? So make sure that you guys are always drawing it like that as well. The pink one we have here, we have here, we have this point right here. So this will clearly make some sort of resistance right around this point over here as well, if it gets there. And in the second triangle, the green one that I have, it takes advantage of this point, and this point, and this point. Guys, right now, what I'm doing is I'm going to be evaluating this highly from an Elliott wave perspective. But I've been gone for so long that I need some time. So I appreciate you guys being patient with me, okay? I really do appreciate it. Thank you. Sorry, I just got a cough right now. Give me a second. I want to mute the microphone. Give me a second, guys. So anyway, sorry about that. You guys tell me, all right? I've got so many wild accusations towards me. You guys tell me if my attitude and my personality is stable or not. I don't know about you guys, but I feel pretty stable. And I don't feel like I'm having some sort of psychotic break or anything at all, okay? Far from it. I'm here to provide technical analysis for you guys, and I want to make sure that I stay in this community. But I'm over it, guys. I'm over starting conflict with people or being rude to people. I'm simply going to ignore people from now on if they get my goat. And unfortunately, I'm not going to be interacting too much with people for the short-term being. In the future, I'll get back to it. But right now, I want to keep it to work for myself. I want to keep it to a conflict-free environment. I want to keep it fairly professional. I want to keep the jokes very limited as well because unfortunately I do offend some people. So anyways, there are two cases right now in my opinion, okay? Where do you guys see this green box? Where do you guys see it roughly? Around here. Definitely around here, right? There's no doubt in my mind that we could roughly get to, who knows? Around here, I'm guessing. So I'm simply just guessing that there's two cases. We case case one. Case one doesn't mean that it's more the likely case. It just means it's a possible case. Okay, so case one, we hit roughly 7,200, or sorry, 7,200 to 7,250 range, right? Where two things can happen. A, we break this major resistance, or B, we fail to break this major resistance and we trend back down to the 8450 range where there's a high chance that the 6450 range will not hold, and we test 6,000 again. So, do you guys understand this case right here? Okay, we think of trading as games of probability and also if and only if statements. Okay, if and only if statements are very mathematical. Now, for case B to happen, right, or just think of it, if this happens, then that happens. That is how a lot of good analysts will look at probability scenarios. And we also evaluate it from the perspective of risk to reward only. Case 1, we hit roughly 7,200 to 7,250 range, where two things can happen. A, we break this major resistance, hurrah, and then we will end up targeting some new high, which I don't want to talk about yet because we have to go case by case, right? It's kind of like getting into a new relationship, okay? You're in love with her or him, but you're not going to talk about marriage until, small steps are taken, such as maybe going on the second date, maybe moving in together, right? I don't know. You got to talk about the little steps first. And that's what I am as a day trader. I focus on the small, I know that was a weird analogy, guys, but I focus on the small steps first, and then we'll talk about if we can even get to the higher, like the more major steps. Let me just have a sip of my drink. So then B is that we failed to break this major resistance and we trend back to the 6450 range. Where do we get 6450 from? Right here. This one right here is about 6450, or we'll say 6425, whatever. I should probably be very clear. 6425, right here. Where there's a high chance that the 6425 range will not hold and we'll test 6K again. Where's 6K? Right here. Okay. This is the 6K range right here, which I'm going to draw out for you guys as well. I've really missed you guys. Honestly, I've really missed you guys a lot. Yeah, I've been really bored for the past 10 days. Longer than that, I think it's been like 20 days actually. I've had no idea what to do. It's just been a very stressful few days, and I'm just kind of upset that all these people are attacking me. And I'm upset to the point where I can't believe I've actually got to get a lawyer. Yeah, I'm so, what's the word, cautious right now that I'm even dissolving my friendship with some people like Eric Cho. Despite him having my back and showing it unconditionally, I don't really know who I can trust right now for a good reason. And unfortunately, the only people that I, like really trust right now is, I don't know, is like Mel, Val, and my friend Julianne, and that's kind of it. As in, and who are all innocent bystanders in the game. I don't trust anybody that's actually a prominent figure in the community at all, or does anything with TA. Because why? Why should I even want to work with anybody or trust anybody? I should probably just be doing this for myself and that's it, right? I should focus on you guys, who are people who are innocent bystanders that are just focused on helping yourselves make money. And those are the people I want to focus on, the people that want to get rich and make money. I don't want to focus on being friends with the people that want to grow this into a business, right? Like Eric or whatever, or Johnny that I definitely not friends with anymore, or Ched. I don't want to be friends with any of those guys in the community. I don't want to pick sides. It's just going to be you guys, okay? The people that want to learn, the people that want to grow, the people that have shown their unwavering loyalty, right? It's just you guys, and it's going to be me, and that's all that it's going to be from now on, okay? So I hope you guys understand this case, right? But for this case to happen, we have to break out of this green zone, and then we have to get into this other zone over here, right? We've got to basically get into the pink zone. Well, let's see what can happen, okay? As far as the daily goes right now, which has got about 5 hours, I mean, it looks like this case 1 is more likely to happen. We are getting a series of a tweezer bottom right there, right, where it's rejecting from the 6,500 range, but these are such small rejections, guys. I mean, if we look at the weekly just looks nasty, right? 2 weeks in a row, pretty much the exact same thing. But it also does show that the longer we are in this region, the more likely we are to reject going to the downside. So we might even show that this region right here is going to be rejected, basically from 6,500 to 6,800. That seems to be a very strong point of rejection for 3 weeks in a row already. You guys get what I'm saying? 3 wicks. 1 wick, 2 wick, 3 wicks. So that could be very implicative that we have actually found support. But one thing to make note of is that we have to acknowledge that last week was very low in volume compared to the previous week before. Also, we are only about 2 days into this week right now. So there's not much that we can say about this week quite yet. Let's wait until we get further into the week, and that will be much more implicative of where we stand. So now the next thing that could likely happen is that case 2 is that we don't even break into this pink region, okay? Is that case 2? We don't even break into the, I'm going to say quote unquote, pink region, and we simply fall out of this green region, breaking 64.25 and retesting $6,000. Okay, that's basically 2 things that could happen right now, right? I hope that makes a lot of sense to you guys so far. I actually have to take a screenshot of this because I want to talk to you guys about plays that I have in mind, alright? This is the first one right here. Let me just open up my paint, okay? So I can save it accordingly. Okay, now we're going to talk about risk to reward scenarios. We're going to talk about this case 1 right there, right? And let's get into on a 4-hour time frame, for example. Right here, okay? So if this ends up happening, all right. If we break out of here, guys, okay, I mean, we are getting a series of higher highs, right? I mean, let's say we actually isolated this a little bit better here, okay? Actually, nah, that was really good the way that it was earlier, assuming some bull trapped regions, okay? Now, as soon as we confirm some sort of bullish momentum, like who knows where it is, I'm guessing around 69.50, like right around breaking above this EMA, regardless of where it is, the 55 EMA, okay? It's going to be the crappiest risk to reward scenario, okay? Like we're talking about really crappy, like one, not even 1-to-1. I mean, how do you even play this, guys? How do you play this, right? I mean, it's grasping on straws, don't you think? Is that really acceptable, guys? I mean, you tell me, is this acceptable in here right now? I mean, entering right now is pretty risky in my opinion. 6250 range, right? We're talking about maybe 6700 right here. Okay, 6700 is as my stop loss. I mean, that's okay. I mean, let's go to 69, okay? Let's go to 6900 to be safe. Stop loss is about 6750. So keep in mind that I'm not really trading yet, okay guys? So this is all hypothetical. I'll be trading in about 3 days, I'm guessing, when I transfer some fiat over. 72.50. Decent, right? I mean, this is case one, right? This is case one right here, where, you know, a break above 6,900. What was it again? Let's double check, guys. 6,900. Okay. 6,900 could rally to 7,250. So we're going to talk about the risk to reward ratio. 2.35, all right? RR is 2.35, okay? Not the best, okay? Your entry would be something like around 6,900. Target would be around 7,250, okay? Stop is about 6,750, around there, okay? This is crappy. I'm just telling you guys know that this is crappy, but you guys want scenarios? That's how it is. 2.17, 5.0. Chance to gain 5.1%. Chance to lose 2.71%. Was it 2.171? I can't remember. 2.17. My mistake there. So that's kind of how it is, guys. Probability. But this is it, guys. I mean, we're grasping on straws here. We have to keep in mind, okay? We have been grasping on straws and playing in a very, very limited range, which I'm not really the... Excuse me, I got a coughing and I still have a sore throat here. Give me a second. I gotta mute my microphone. Okay, so I'm just gonna tweet this actually. Right here. So this is one scenario, right? So yeah, I mean, that's case one. There's only so much that we can do right now. Okay, so that's case one, guys. Makes sense? Now we're gonna take all of this out. We're gonna go back to where case two was, and I'm gonna give you guys the bearish scenario for now as well. Keep in mind, guys, that a lot of people would be saying things such as, I'm just basically guessing both scenarios, and eventually I'm gonna be right if I keep guessing. No, you guys gotta understand that what a good trader does. A good trader accounts for all possible scenarios. So please make sure you guys understand that, okay? A good trader accounts for all possible scenarios because they want to make sure that they're not ever unprepared. Make sense? You cannot be surprised if you are actually accommodating for all possible situations. Okay, let's get into a little bit of a better scale here. Okay, and case two right here is simply, you know, a break around right here, 84.25. Okay, 84.25. I will gladly short this thing. I'll probably end up making my stop really tight. $65.50, around there, 2%. And I'll probably end up targeting 6,000 at first, okay? Now, this is tiny, guys. Like, we're talking tiny gains. But we are, once again, grasping on straws, simply because we don't really have much to work with, but we're all trying to make money, right? And because we're all trying to make money, we gotta look for, unfortunately, all that we can do for the time being. So we look at this right here, and we'd be looking at entering, like, what's the RR here? Like, this is decent, right? This is pretty decent risk to reward. Actually, I have to admit that. So this one here is great RR. RR 3.25, or was it 3.38? So this is a great setup for the bears. Wouldn't you guys agree with me? Right? Awesome, right? It's, you know, for decent gain. Short entry. Short position. Short term. Okay, so your entry would be about 64.25. Entry would be about 64.20. Okay, we'll say 64.20. Target is 6,000. Stop loss is about 65.50, right? That's pretty good. 1.95, 6.61. 6.61%. Chance to lose 1.95%. So yeah, so this is now the bear scenario, right? Where this is the 6K target right here. $6,000 target. So this is kind of all that I see right now, guys. I do not see a sideways scenario. Okay, it's very unlikely for us to see a sideways scenario, in my opinion, simply because, yeah, it just doesn't happen, guys, when we break out of major key areas like this. Okay, so unfortunately, I have to assume that there's going to be both scenarios that can play out, and it's just a matter of choosing a side. Okay, so I don't know which is going to happen. I really wish, I don't know. But as a day trader, or even a swing trader, guys, it's honestly irrelevant sometimes which way the direction of the market goes. All that we want to focus on as a day or swing trader is capitalizing on percentage gains, right? And these are the two plays that I see coming up. They both average over 5% gains, right? So 5% gains can be a significant amount. If you're playing, like for example, $100,000 day trading or swing trading position, well, you're still making about $5,000. So it's still a very significant amount in my opinion, right? So these are kind of my thoughts right now for what's going on. Um, and I'm going to try to give you guys more updates, of course, as soon as I figure out what's been going on. Like, I really appreciate everybody's patience. But you guys tell me, do I seem like I'm having a psychotic break? Like, come on, guys. No, I'm not having a psychotic break. No, I'm not having some sort of drug-induced frenzy on a binging spree, okay? You guys have seen me dedicated for 6 months in a row, pretty much every single day for 7 days a week, okay? I want you guys to know that a drug addict simply cannot maintain that type of, what's the word? Um, what is the word I'm looking for, guys? Like where he does it that often, right? Consistency. Consistency is the word. Every time I decide to let go and let loose and I decide to do something, I tweet it, as you guys know. Like if I ever want to have a night out and I'm going to be like, okay, I'm having a night out and I'm going to go do some ecstasy, which I'm saying it very publicly right here. You guys all know when I do it because I tweet about it as well, okay? But it's not something that's a big part of my life. And I love how Johnny is what? Let me ask Johnny what he is. Is he the vice president of Xerox? Which he is, okay? Is he a technical analyst? Is he an investor? Or is he now all of a sudden a doctor for labeling me as a drug addict and a bipolar person? What is he giving a medical diagnosis on the internet, right? I can call him crazy as well. And I can call him a two-faced fucking liar, right? And that's pretty much what I see him as. He's making threats to come over to my place with guns because he's American. He's got big gun collections. Lambo Leon is making these threats to figure out who he is. Okay? I just want to be very clear again. about the threats that I have received, all right? Here's Leon 1. Just want to show you guys, okay? I told John to stop messing around with Mel because Mel is terrified of him, okay? Listen, mother effer, I don't know who you're talking to do your, uh, I don't know who you're, sorry, I don't think you know who you're effing talking to. Do your effing homework, cock, you know? I didn't talk to anybody. Number two, I've only been nice to you. I highly recommend you find out who the F you're disrespecting before you come talking to me like that, okay? I appreciate the threat there. Thank you very much, okay? Listen, you little prick, my money is way longer than yours. Don't try to be cute with me or else I'll end you. Yeah, I'm taking that as a threat. Now he's making these YouTube videos trying to tell people the truth. Well, the proof is right here that you're making threats towards me, Leon. And I'm definitely going to notify the New Jersey Police Department and all of your stores as well, Leon. This is not a threat, okay? Leon, you're very easy to find, okay? Leon, you're really not that difficult to find at all, okay? This is your Instagram. This is your website right here, okay? These are the locations of your stores right here, all right? You are located in New Jersey and New York. Very easy to find, all right? This is not a threat in any way. This is just saying that I'm making sure that I'm contacting the authorities because I don't appreciate the threats that you're making towards me, which is very immature and unprofessional in my opinion, all right? So anyways, I just wanted to let you guys know why I've been gone for such a long time, and it's because of people like him who have been threatening me physically in real life, and because of people like Johnny who likes to send, if you guys missed it, just for example, okay? Uh, yeah, like, this, I've got so many screenshots. You guys can look at it, however you want, all right? Like, he's got these guys coming after me. Like, maybe I'm not going to pay him for my services because this guy is clearly hired by Johnny. I said, maybe you just hack me and take my money. And this guy says to me, I've got a friend already. You want to take that route? Or you just want to pay me and I help you? I don't appreciate being extorted by a 19-year-old who I actually found out where he lives in real life as well. And I do not mind investing in really good lawyers. So I hope to see this kid in court as well, okay? So I've got many, many screenshots like that. Marius has been hacked again as well. He was offering me money because I gave him very good advice of what to do. Then he prevented a major hack. He offered me $200, okay? He offered me $200, guys, and I just simply told him that I'm not interested in his money, right? I just want to let you guys know very clearly that I'm not interested in people's money, guys. Thanks for heads up hacking, right? Marius, we were texting. You don't know what you don't know is we had several attempts, and now we have changed all access servers and software. You saved me a lot of money. Can I gift you $200 with legal fees? We'll send to where you like. And I said to him, no, Marius, I'm okay with money. Save it for administration help. I appreciate the kind words. We don't need each other's money when we do this legitimately. Please be extremely cautious. Guys, I'm not here to take people's money, okay? I just wanted to wrap this up very quickly at the end. All right, so here's Patek number 2, right? Here's Patek right here speaking to Michael, this guy who has a vendetta for me in German or whatever language he's speaking right here, okay? Here's the translation, right? Patek goes after people, first of all, if you guys don't know, right? For example, that's not it right there. Let's just go to view here. I just want to make sure that we are all on the same page, okay? This right here, guys, uh, hold on, I'm trying to find it. There we go. Okay, this right here, guys, is Johnny and this guy Daniel, or Crypto Death League, if you guys remember who had the conversation, all right? Crypto Death League he had a vendetta against myself and Eric. So Johnny decided to go after him, right? Right? Showed me crap. Maybe I just believed too much trying to figure crap out. He's talking about trying to expose us so I don't misstep. And then Johnny wrote to him, just forget what happened and don't expose people. Otherwise, good game, I can tell you. And then this guy, Daniel, asked, I won't. Did you put 2,000 followers on me? Of course, Johnny would deny it and say no, that he didn't. And here's, I wish I kept the part where Johnny actually wrote that and kept his name on there. He's like, I was effed, right? Overnight, 2,600 people came after me. I tell you what, I'm not going to talk anymore. Just tell me one more thing and I won't bother you. And then Johnny says, go ahead. You guys are the good guys then? Or just have money in one of these brilliant young people. How did you figure out my personal handle? Social engineering or by hacking? What do I need to do to seal up the competition so you guys don't find me, extort me, etc. Right? And guess who hacked him, guys? Johnny hired Sir Patek to hack this guy, Daniel. Okay? How do we know that? Well, here's Daniel, or sorry, that's not it. Here's right here. Where's Patek again? Patek having a German whatever conversation. I don't know what language it is. I apologize if I got it wrong. And this is Patek saying it to him right here, right? Hey, listen, would you like to end up like the last boy with all your info leaked? And then Michael wrote, are you threatening me? And then Patek wrote, yes, definitely. And ever since, my computers have been very weird. Patek likes to write in Dutch, okay? He loves to write in Dutch. Val has people, she's always getting things in Dutch. People in Slovenia are logging into her account. People like Mel, for example, okay? Here's Patek always writing in Dutch. Here's Mel saying that she's got people from Slovenia. Her accounts are in Dutch as well. Like, she's got so scared right now. She's had like 11 linked devices that she had to log out of the internet entirely, okay? So she's going AWOL, alright? So anyways, this is why I've been gone for a long time, just to catch everybody up, and I just want to make sure that I keep you guys caught up like that as well. So anyways, have yourselves a great day, and I will be sure to try to keep you guys updated more often, as much as I can, and I just wanted to give you guys my 2 cents with where Bitcoin currently stands right now. I'll talk to you guys sometime in the future. Hopefully I could get some videos out throughout the days, just like how I was consistent before, but if not, it might be once every few days instead. So I appreciate everybody's patience, and thank you very much for all your love and your support. Take care now. Bye.